Well, dozens of lawmakers stormed out of Britain's parliament during a vote asking for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. Tempers were flaring as their three biggest political parties sought to outmaneuver each other. The uproar followed a decision by the Speaker to ignore precedent and allow a crucial vote. The decision helped the opposition Labour Party, it seems, avoid a large-scale rebellion among its own lawmakers over its position on the Israel-Hamas war. Lawmakers from the governing Conservative Party and the opposition Scottish National Party left the debating chamber in protest. Some even tried to take the rare step of holding proceedings in private.
I regret I would send it up. It was not my intention. I regret.
The Speaker eventually apologized. He said he took the call because he was concerned about the security of lawmakers after some faced threats of violence over their stance on the war. The debate in Parliament was initiated by the SNP, which put forward a motion calling for an immediate ceasefire. The Labour and the Conservative then proposed amendments with different conditions. Remember, they have both backed Israel while expressing concern over its actions in Gaza. It is important to mention here that the Speaker selected both those amendments to be voted on. This marked a significant step away with the precedent under which one opposition party cannot alter another's motion. And while in a separate but unrelated development from the UK, fashion designer Catherine Hamnett threw her Commander of the British Empire medal in the bin, saying she is protesting against UK's role in the genocide in Gaza. The designer is known for her public demonstrations. In her latest protest, she wore a black top that read disgusted to be British, saying her medal belongs to Sunak and Starmer. She then urged people to contact their MP and demand a permanent ceasefire in Gaza.
I'm disgusted to be British for our role in genocide in Gaza. This is my CBE. It belongs in the dustbin with Sunak and Starmer.
And joining us for the very latest on this is Stuart Smith from London. And Stuart, well, the Speaker sparking fury from the SNP and the Conservatives for allowing a vote on a Labour motion for immediate humanitarian ceasefire and breaking convention there, it seems.
Yeah, that's right. It's the breaking of the convention that's really got the governing Conservative Party and the third largest opposition party up in arms, because it appears as if the Speaker, who is meant to remain impartial on all matters in the House of Commons, he's effectively the chairman of the debates, it appears as if he made a decision to benefit his old party, the Labour Party, who he initially was a lawmaker for. That's why it's got them annoyed. The smaller party, the third largest party, is frustrated because effectively the bill they wanted to get voted on was not able to be voted on, and it annoyed the Conservative Party because it seemed to indicate a potential bias from the Speaker. Now, the Speaker has apologised for that decision to break parliamentary precedent, but says he did it because he was sympathetic to Labour MPs who, since November, have told the Speaker they have received death threats to their safety because their position on the Hamas situation, Israel, Gaza and Hamas, hasn't evolved since November. So still officially, many of these lawmakers, the last vote they would have voted for in Parliament was not calling for a ceasefire. They wanted to use this opportunity to finally cross that bridge and call for a ceasefire. But the way the parliamentary proceedings would have worked without this unusual intervention meant they wouldn't have had that option, and potentially the vote would have been split. But there's a wider issue here, the Speaker says, and many lawmakers talking in the House of Commons now, the UK's lower house of Parliament. They say that this only had to happen. This only ended up being a discussion point because lawmakers are facing death threats and other threats to their safety over the way they vote in Parliament. And there's a broader debate taking place now about how lawmakers can have their safety ensured. In 2016, one was killed. In 2021, a lawmaker was killed by people upset with their take on policies. And so this is a larger discussion really coming to the fore at the House of Commons on Thursday.
Right, Stuart, thanks very much indeed for joining us with the very latest there on that standoff inside Parliament over that humanitarian pause and ceasefire being demanded. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.